Welcome in, guys. It is Brad with College SportsCast. I am live at Memorial Coliseum after the women's opening game of 2025-26. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to College Sportscast. College Sportscast presents Wildcat Weekly.
Welcome in, guys. This is Wildcat Weekly with College SportsCast. I am live at Memorial Coliseum after Kentucky wins and beats Morehead tonight 75-59 to open the season. What's up, John Hammonds?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good. The pic behind us in the picture on the screen is a picture from tonight's game that I took against Morehead tonight. But if you will look behind me, I am live in Memorial Coliseum and doing this post game, our show tonight, doing this post game. So a couple of things real quick. If you enjoy our show, you can subscribe to our channel for 99 cents. Actually, right now, I have a flash sale going on, half price, 49 cents for the first 5. I think we had 1 or 2 sign up today. So the first 5 that signs up gets it for 49 cents the first month. That would be a great deal. You get to be in part of the chat and the subscribers page and just help us out. So we would appreciate that. So I want to put that up real quick before we get started here. This is going to be a little bit of a shortened show because I am inside Memorial Coliseum. I am going to put the QR code up there.
Because they'll kick you out.
Yeah, that's for Home Field Apparel. Like I said, I am live in Memorial Coliseum. So that's for Home Field Apparel. Go check out, get some really cool retro gear. Use that QR code to scan at the top or use CS Cast at checkout to help us out. I am going to leave that up on the screen while we do the show tonight. So that'll be a part of it. All right, John, did you get to watch the game tonight? It was on SEC Plus. If you don't have SEC Plus, you might not have got to watch it.
Yeah, I watched bits and pieces of it. I was trying to watch Florida and Arizona, which was a really good game. Felt like Elite Eight vibes. I don't know who won. I think Arizona was up 6 the last I looked.
Tonight
Florida
is the opening night for college basketball. There was a big Duke got beat in the women's side versus Baylor today early before this game even started. So there is that's on the women's side, guys, not the men's. Just so you get that, so you don't get that mixed up.
Jordan Obi played good.
Yeah, she really did play good.
I feel like the front court is going to be their strength. Strike had a double-double. She played really good defense. Hassett had 10. Kaylin Carroll hit her first three-pointer as a Wildcat.
She did.
It was a fun night. Obi had 15. Clara had 15. Tony had 16. Now, I will say this, Brad. It wasn't a great game offensively, but they did dominate the boards, and I thought they played really well on defense. So they're 1-0. You got to be happy about that, but they need to work on some offensive work going forward a little bit, I think. But
I mean,
it is the first game though.
They didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight, to be honest with you. Here at Memorial, they struggled down the stretch. They were 3 of 16 from the field in the fourth quarter, and they started out slow in the first quarter. They started out slow in the third quarter, but Morehead is a really small team compared to the Kentucky women's team. They played scrappy, spread the floor.
Really good defense.
played good defense, and it was
Asia Boone hit one. I forgot
it
about
was a
her.
tough it was a tough night. Trying to, I mean, at one time, John, in one play, there was a 5'6" player boxing out Clara Strack, who is 6'5". I mean, you can't hardly make that up. She was a
No.
foot shorter, to be honest with you,
Okay.
trying to box her out. But
Um,
the women do get the win tonight, opening night in Memorial Coliseum. Trying to show you guys around just a little bit here in Memorial, and show you where I am. So just show you around just a little bit. But it was a fun night here in Memorial. Basketball is back. It's fun to be in here and be a part of this. You got to just say thank you to the University of Kentucky.
yeah, the men's kick off tomorrow.
Yeah,
and I
they
just
do.
put a preview. I just put a preview out for it.
Yeah,
For the season. I think it was this morning.
Yeah.
So
They
look
do.
out for it. So
They do. Two players, John, had 15 in 15 games. I haven't seen Corey Price tonight. I don't know if he put this out here. I don't know if that's ever happened on the women's side to have two players in 15 and 15 or above.
last I
Jordan,
looked, Corey was still in Alabama.
he may be.
I think he was doing some touring. So,
But Jordan Obi and Clara Strack finished the game tonight with 15 points and 15 rebounds. Big games for both. John Shane says Arizona's up 3 with 25 left.
well, keep me updated, Shane, because I was watching it. I had to turn it off for a second.
Yeah. But Jordan Obi and Clara Strack had big games. Just want to run through a little bit of this. Tony Morgan actually led the Cats tonight with 16 points. She had 4 assists. Amelia Hassett had 10 points and 8 rebounds. Asia Boone had 7. KK Carroll, Kaylin Carroll, the McDonald's All-American, come off the bench with 5 in her first game, had 3 rebounds in 13 minutes in her first game tonight. So just a big night here for the opening of basketball. And just real quick before we move on from the women here, they do play again this week, Thursday night. They play here in Memorial Coliseum. Come check them out. Come to a game. Support the women. They play Monmouth on Thursday night. And then they go on the road to Buffalo, which is Clara Strack's hometown, for their third game of the season. They've scheduled this game on purpose for Clara to be able to go back home and play a game in Buffalo. That is her hometown. So it's going to be a big game. But Thursday night, they play Monmouth here in Memorial Coliseum. So check out the girls. All right, John, we're going to get to football real quick. This is going to be a shortened version of the show. But Saturday night, John, football got an actual SEC win. Did you see it?
Yeah. It was impressive. You know, I feel like he saved his job a little bit. And at the end of the night, Coach Freeze lost his. I mean, so there's two different ways to look at it. I felt like the game was a little sloppy at times. It was ugly a little bit. Auburn's offensive line did not play great.
No, Brad White's defense did play pretty good, though.
Yeah, Kentucky was in the backfield all night. Now, Kentucky didn't get much going offensively, really. McGowan, I think, had 53 yards. Tigers didn't even get hardly anything. You know, Ashton Daniels went 13 for 28. I think he had a pick at the end of the game. Like, that offense, to me, was atrocious. And I'm not talking about Kentucky. I'm talking about Auburn. Like, how bad do you have to get offensively to look that bad on national TV? Like, it was to the point to where I think Auburn fans was just ready for.
I mean, I think Hugh Freeze's tenure at Auburn's going to be remembered for that he never could find a decent quarterback.
No, he couldn't. Now he had a decent one in Peyton Thorne, I thought, but you know,
But he coached 2.5 years, and he went through like 5-6 quarterbacks in 2.5 years.
Yeah. Well, and you got to look at it. Kentucky had 7 sacks in the game. They had, I think, 1 each from Afari and Saunders. They had 12 tackles for loss in the game. Early on, they punted quite a bit. I think Auburn made 1 first down. Kentucky didn't have any. I'm going to tell you, Kendrick Law has been a huge boost to this team. You know, he scored the game-winning touchdown. Kentucky forced a lot of 3-and-outs. Now, Auburn had their best possession right across midfield right before halftime. I think Kentucky threw an interception Bowley. And I don't know what the play calling was on that whole drive, but Auburn screwed that up. They wasted too much time and they had to kick a field goal. And after that, it was basically downhill for them. They just never could get it going. They switched quarterbacks for a little bit, never could get him going, Arnold. Kentucky's defense just put a clamp on it.
So, you know, this week the heat is simmered down just a little bit here in Lexington, I think, or with the fan base. Not a lot, but a little bit. You got Florida coming to town on Saturday. I just want to ask you what your initial thoughts here. Florida played pretty good against Georgia, had a chance last week. So what's your initial thoughts here? I think Florida is favored by 3 or 3.5 points opened up.
I think it was 3.5, but I think it's 3 now. DJ Lagway, you know, he's had a lot of injuries all season, but he's played through a lot of it. He's played all year, really. They did lose their best wide receiver in Dallas Wilson. I think he's probably one of the top freshmen in the country, which will hurt them offensively because he's one of their best threats. I'm going to be honest with you, Brad. This is a winnable game. It's at home, 7:30. You know, get out to the stadium, you know, support these kids. You know, the one thing that really stuck to me, and, you know, we've all been frustrated with the program. We've all been you know, we've had it feels like an abscessed tooth. You know what I mean? Like, feels like, you know, you're getting a root canal. But you got to love the fact that these kids have not quit on Stoops.
And everyone, you could see the relief when on the not just the coaches, but players, the happiness.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think when the clock struck 0, I think Harvey Gilmore was standing next to Stoops, and he just gave him a big old bear hug. Like, the amount of pressure that has been on Stoops, and, you know, as fans, the noise. I mean, even myself and you, I mean, we've been frustrated at times. But there's something about loving these kids and caring for these kids and seeing that they haven't quit in the middle of the year when there's only like 4 games left. They play Florida at home, play Tennessee Tech at home, and then they go on the road to play Vanderbilt, and then they go play Louisville. I'm going to say this about this 4-game stretch, Brad, real quick. If they can somehow come out of here and they
find a way for 3 wins,
if they could find a way to beat Florida Saturday night, okay, you're probably going to beat Tennessee Tech. I mean, they're I think undefeated in FCS. They got a really good offense, but
and then you got to upset Vandy or Louisville. If you get one of those,
Vandy. You upset either Vandy or Louisville, and you beat Florida and Tennessee Tech, you're going to a bowl game.
Yep.
And you're probably going to have Stoops come. Stoops is most likely going to come back.
Yep. I mean, I agree with that 100%. I think that
I'm excited about this weekend.
The pathway is there now that they got the win on the road in Auburn, you know, at the Plains. I mean, that's only the 3rd ever win at Auburn, at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah. And the last time they won, Randall Cobb was the quarterback.
Yep. In 2009. So it was a big win. I am gonna move on. Like I said,
but like I said, Brad, Florida's a big chance to kind of ease the tension. We'll be there. I'll be there to cover the game this weekend. So, at the end of the day, it's a big opportunity to win, big opportunity to take, matters into your own hands, really, because basically you have it all there for the taking. You just got to go out and compete and win.
I mean, the pathway is there. The players know they can win. You got to play defense exactly the way you played against Texas and Auburn. You got to throw that Tennessee crap out.
Yeah, you can't have that, what you had 2 weeks ago.
You got to mix in and come after the quarterback. This
Lagway's not great, but he can beat you with his feet. That's the one thing. This
defensive line has proven if you will blitz, they can get to the quarterback. If you rush 3 or 4, they're probably going to sit back and pick you apart.
I just want to do a shout out real quick to Ty Bryant. The kid is absolutely playing his tail off.
Yep.
I was telling somebody today, somebody was asking about the defense. And
Jordan Lovett, 4 seasons in a row. 4 seasons in a row with 2 interceptions. That's a record.
Alex Safari, you got Khalil Saunders, you got Ty Bryant, you
got
Saunders. Lovett. These kids have not quit. Now, the fans might have quit, but the team hasn't quit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's a whole different culture from it was a year ago. Like last year at this time, it was a whole different situation. But this year, they're not quitting on their coach, and you can see that. You can see that in the win that they won on Saturday against Auburn.
I agree. I do have to move on. We're going to make this kind of quick tonight. Tomorrow night is the opening night for Kentucky men's basketball. They're playing Nichols State. Is that right?
Yep.
I just didn't put it in there, but I think it's 2 L's. It might be. I'm not sure.
I think it's 2 L's. Yeah.
I think it is. But anyway, they're playing Nichols State tomorrow night in Rupp. It is the opening game. And John,
what do you want to see, Brett?
The first thing I want to talk about is there's word coming out today that Jalen Lowe and Denzel Aberdeen may not play again. There's some fans griping about it. But here's my deal. Tomorrow is only 18 days since Jalen Lowe's shoulder went out of place. Last year, we dealt with a point guard that was a repeat offender. He would come back in, he would re-injure it, he would sit out a couple of weeks, he'd come back in, he would re-injure it. We don't want that to happen. So let Jalen Lowe sit out a few games, get completely healthy, and be able to come back and not have this happen again. That's what I got to say.
You want to know what I think I'll tell you one of the things that needs to happen this year is they need to stay injury-free. That's the main thing. Last year they lost Kerr Krissa. They lost Lamont Butler. I think he was sidelined for 9 games for a shoulder. He played through a lot of tough games. Andrew Carr was out for a while. You simply cannot be without 2 point guards like we was the other night against teams like Tennessee, Louisville. You got Louisville a week from tomorrow night, and then 2 weeks from tomorrow night you got Michigan State. So I get it, but I would rather these guys be out early and take a loss or 2 instead of re-injure themselves consistently all year long like Butler did last year. I'm going to tell you one thing that I think is going to be big and key. I said it early in the summer. I've said it over and over the last couple of weeks. I think the game will change when they get Jaden Quaintance back.
And here's another thing. You're talking about Jaden Quaintance. You're going to bring him up right here. So I'm going to tell you this. Do not expect to see Jaden Quaintance for a little while. I know these fans are not going to like it, but he blew out his knee February 23rd, and his surgery was not to sometime the 1st of March. This kid is going to need 9 months, at least 9 months, okay? That's December. The timeline, that's December. I would not expect – I think there's possibly 2 things that could happen. December 13th versus Indiana would be a little bit past 9 months. That might be when we see Jaden Quaintance, or it could be like January 13th, about miss maybe 2 or 3 SEC games and come back for about 15, 16 SEC games. That would give him 10 months after surgery.
I'm going to say another thing real quick,
ACL.
and we'll move on to volleyball. How does Oway handle the target? Now there's a target on his back. Like, he was the main guy last year. He's probably going to be the main guy again this year. But last year, I wouldn't say he wasn't relatively unknown because he come from Oklahoma. But the more he got started,
I don't think people thought he was going to be as good as he was.
As good as he was, yes. And he kind of took off. And he had some really big games, the 2 Oklahoma games. And now he's got a target on his back, And then I feel like, though, you got Oway now, you can kind of have an off night from him and somebody else step up, like a Jasper Johnson or a Jalen Lowe or, even a Denzel Aberdeen. And I was talking to somebody today about the front court. That's what I was trying to get at with Jaden. Diabate is probably going to play the 4, but that 5 spot is going to have to get figured out. Either it's Garrison, is it Marino? It's probably going to be.
I like Marino, to be honest with you, so far.
I would put Marino at 5. Now he's going to have some growing pains. You've seen that in the Georgetown game. He's going to have games where he throws the ball away. He's careless with the ball, but that's a freshman. Same thing.
By the way, I saw Jalen Lowe here at Memorial Coliseum tonight. Him, Jasper Johnson, and I think Denzel Aberdeen was here at the game. I know I saw all 3 of those. And Jalen Lowe stayed for the entire game. I seen him come through the crowd and go into the Players Center, the Joe Kraft Center, after the game. So he was here for the entire game tonight for the women. So I just want to give him a shout out for Jalen Lowe supporting and being here for the women. I thought that was really cool. And he looks fine. I mean, I seen him up close and personal. He looks fine. But we just don't want him to stay injured.
To me, it's probably precaution. And Jack Pilgrim posted something tonight. I don't know if somebody reposted it or what, but said that they practiced today, and they don't know really. It's probably going to be a game time decision, to be honest with you. With Denzel,
I saw him. I mean, he literally walked 1 foot from me, 2 feet from me tonight. I saw him tonight here at Memorial. So, I mean, he was here supporting. He doesn't look like he has on a brace. I mean, he could have underneath. I have no idea.
Shout out Jordan Obi. I just wanted to kind of reiterate that she had a big game tonight.
She did. She was player of the game. I'll have some pictures of her.
And you even told me in the summer, you said you're going to need to watch out for that girl.
Yeah, Jordan Obi's going to be special this year. I'd almost guarantee it.
I'm ready to talk about what. I'm ready to talk. Oh, go ahead. I thought you was getting ready to do that.
So we got 2 games this week. We're also playing. The men are also playing Valparaiso on Friday. It is a jam-packed week for Kentucky sports. Tonight was Morehead for the women. Tomorrow night is Nicholls State for the men. That's Tuesday night. Thursday night is the women back here with Monmouth. Friday night is Valparaiso. Saturday night is Florida at Kroger Field. And Sunday is Tennessee at home for the volleyball here at Memorial.
Unbelievable what the volleyball is doing. Unbelievable.
So I just want to give you a shout out for Valparaiso on Friday night. But the women here in Memorial on Sunday is going to be huge. They are number 2 in the nation this week.
Yep.
And man, they're playing so well. They swept the number 2 team in the country, who was undefeated until Friday night. They were 16-0 until Friday night, and they swept them 3-0. Texas in Austin.
They extended their SEC win streak to 22 matches. They literally came out firing. 25-14 was the opening set. The second set was a really good close match. I think it was 28-26. And then they sealed it up with the 27-25 with the sweep. Eva Hudson 20 kills.
20
10
kills.
digs, 2 blocks. Brooklyn DeLay had, I think, 18 kills.
You did.
And this was Texas on their second loss of the year.
Yeah.
They in Kentucky got sole possession of first place.
In the SEC, there's only 4 games remaining. They play Thursday night on the road in Columbia, Missouri, and then they're back here on Sunday for a home game here in Memorial Coliseum, right here where I'm at tonight. Come check them out. This team sincerely, literally has a chance to win a national title. They're that good.
This is the second time that they beat Texas since 1990. I think it was it 94?
Yeah,
it was 94. It was 94.
They're 14-5 now all time against Texas volleyball.
There's probably a lot of people that saying we want Nebraska. We want Nebraska. Well, you might get that eventually. You might get a rematch.
It would be a good one if that could be the finals, semifinals. Who knows how the matchups are going to be in the tournament?
How they'll end up? Yeah.
Yeah,
But I like the fact that Craig Skinner got up on top of the table today. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was standing on business. He was standing on business today, shouting from the rooftops.
Did you hear Mark Stoops? I think it was in the radio show tonight. He said that wouldn't have been a good idea for me. He said nobody would have wanted to see that. He said,
"Yeah." Craig Skinner today. He was standing on the shouting from the rooftops, standing on business. He really is. He's got a great team. I mean, Cassie O'Brien was setter of the week again. Ava Hudson, I believe, was the offensive player of the week in the SEC. I mean, this team is really special and legitimately has a shot not only to win the SEC and win the SEC tournament in Savannah, Georgia in about 3 weeks. And it's the first SEC women's volleyball tournament in a long time. I'd have to look it up. But
I will say too, we forgot something on the football side. Jalen Farmer and Cutter Bowie won co-players of the week.
Yeah, offensive lineman of the week.
But you're like, we're in a rush to get it done. So
they did today. So yeah, Jalen Farmer and Cutter Bowie.
And by the way, I just want to let you know that Auburn leads Bethune-Cookman by 1 with 2 minutes to go.
Damn, where's Bruce?
I mean, they probably will end up winning this game, but that's kind of worrisome in a way.
Bruce, can you come back, please?
That's supposed to be funny, bro. That's what you always tell me.
They missing Bruce down there. That's for sure.
I'm going to be honest with you. That would be a terrible loss this early in the year.
Yeah, you think?
It's quick. Yep. At home.
Yeah. 100%. Absolutely. All right, John, I'm going to wrap this up. I think everybody's leaving here. I don't know if I might be.
You're going to get locked in for the
night. I might. I may shut the lights off on me here in a minute. I'm not sure. So I'm going to wrap this up.
I can see it now. The headlines next to College SportsCast co-anchor gets locked into
gets locked in Memorial Coliseum. Yeah. Shut up, John.
Oh, goodness.
Don't give him no ideas. All right, guys. I am going to wrap this up. Like I said, I don't want him shutting the lights off on me here in a second. So this has been College SportsCast Wildcat Weekly. We did a game day experience here for you after the women win on opening night, 75-59 over Morehead. And Morehead is coached by Ashton Feldhouse, by the way. I will be posting a few pictures of her
for those wondering, I will do like you do Saturday. I'll do a game day experience on the field for the Kentucky game.
After the game, yeah.
I know that you've been doing it on a regular, so I'm probably going to do it too. So,
so
be watching for that.
This has been a game day experience version of Wildcat Weekly since I was here on a Monday night. There's not too many Monday night games throughout the week, but this one was. So I did a game day experience here for you on Wildcat Weekly. And the
Basketball's
girls,
going to get
the
quick.
girls
like-
won tonight, 75-59. Ashton Feldhouse, 30 years old, is the niece of Darren Feldhouse.
Yep.
By the way.
And I'll say this. People don't realize how quick basketball gets here. So there's going to be a lot jumbled in with football. So just stay patient with us because football and basketball is going to be right in the middle of each other. It can be a little hectic with our shows. So
6 out of 7 days there are Kentucky sports over the next week.
Yep.
So if you're a Cat fan, this is a good time for you.
good time of the year. Yep.
It is. It's a really good time for you. So, all right, guys, we are going to wrap this up. This has been Wildcat Weekly with College SportsCast. This is our game day experience from Memorial Coliseum. The Kentucky women's basketball gets the win 75-59 over Morehead. They will play Thursday, and the men play tomorrow night, Nickel State. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good one.